Good evening, folks, and let me welcome myself back to another episode of Nearly Nerds. I've been on hiatus for a little while I was busy being a grown-up. Let me tell you something, it's dreadful, okay? I wanted to just hang around by the shops, nicking crisps from the corner shop, but I can't because I'm busy painting, plastering, wallpapering, whatever the hell crap I'm doing. It's rubbish, okay? Don't grow up, stay a child forever. But that doesn't matter now because I am back, baby. No, not really. I'm not quite in a position to be pile driving content like Jamesy boy, but because he has some incriminated evidence that apparently he's willing to leak to the CIA, he's forced me to start helping. Sorry, I meant to say I am doing this of my own free will. I love Nearly Nerds, and as a boss, James is both fair, strong, but somehow gentle at the same time. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification icon so you can never miss staring into James's otherworldly eyes ever again. Help me! On that note, alongside our lovers and confidants at Chaos Cards, we've got a romantic treat for you all. We're going to be giving away not uno, no dos, no tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, but 10 packs of Fusion Strikes to one of you sexy subscribers. Now, of course, I'm not 100% sure what Fusion Strike is, as that's James's realm, but I do know something. Fusion sounds like it could mean sex, so get subscribing, get winning, and maybe give a pack or two to your lover on Valentine's Day. As always, if you're shopping on Chaos Cards for trading cards, board games, and other nerdy gear, don't forget to use our discount code LOVENERDS at checkout for a heartwarming discount. Now that's out the way, maybe we can actually start talking about the game, no? Let me start by saying I was a big fan of Dying Light 1 and its DLC. The beautiful open world city of Haran, the refreshing parkour mechanics, and the pretty damn poignant story meant that the mere mention of a sequel was enough to get my goosifer Lucifer, as the famous saying goes. Now, of course, the huge delays caused by the pandemic did worry a lot of people, and considering the catastrophe of Cyberfuck 2077, it didn't look hopeful. By the by, however, as now it's out, and we've got a chance to play it, and we're now able to give our verdict on whether Dying Light 2 Stay Human, which is a dumb title, I don't know why you have to say the entire thing, truly lives up to its predecessor. Let me start with the positives. Dying Light 2 is absolutely gorgeous. It's somehow able to take the somewhat drawn-out post-apocalyptic cityscape and make it both new and vibrant, with Villador just a joy to explore. I'm sure when photo mode gets added, we're going to see some beautiful fan photos. And exploration brings me on to my next point. The parkour and the combat is just buttery smooth. It was able to build upon what made the movement in Dying Light 1 so good and add elegance to it without dropping you into the sort of superhuman agility, Batman kind of jumping about territory. The use of ledge markings is subtle enough that it isn't really immersion breaking, but it's useful enough that you can kind of pre-plan your route and look like a super cool fucking ninja on your way across the city. It does have fast travel, but I've yet to really want to use it. It's the same kind of feel with Marvel Spider-Man, where I felt I wanted to travel normally instead of using fast travel, which always is a good sign. The choice and consequence system, as far as I've been able to see it play out, is pretty well delivered mechanically as well. I don't think it's really possible for a video game to have truly free choice and subsequent consequence, but I think the fact that you can actually see the impact of your actions and choices is a nice touch when so many games kind of fail to understand how to implement the mechanic. Just like the first game, Dying Light 2's crafting is about as robust as it needs to be. It's not the most complex crafting menu I've ever seen, but nothing in it feels unnecessary, and I think the introduction of the trophies that you can use to upgrade the recipes, I think was quite a nice touch. Overall, I think the story is pretty interesting. Aiden as a character feels pretty fleshed out, and thanks to Jonas Scott's fantastic voice acting, his dialogue and social interactions feel very organic, and they really add a nice sense of humanity to a game mostly about drop-kicking zombies. Now, there are a few faults, and it's going to sound like I'm about to shit all on the things that I claimed I liked, but hear me out, brother, okay? This is my moment. Let me have it. Firstly, I suppose I have to mention the lack of Italian language. I personally couldn't give a shit. but it's clearly wound up the Italian community, and it seems like a weird language to have missed, to be honest. Like, how could you miss Italian? There's no Welsh option. I get that. Okay, fair. But Italian? Madonna Santa, man. I know I literally just said the story was pretty interesting, but it's really let down by the script. I'm no expert, but there are moments in the game where certain bits of dialogue feel super janky, even with some of the good voice acting. I can't really pinpoint any moment, but you know when you're watching a movie and someone says something really off-piste and the tone is all off? There's a lot of that. Which kind of brings me on to my next point. A fair chunk of some of the voice acting is rough, and it makes even the well-scripted bits feel very unpolished. It's especially jarring when it's set to kind of this beautiful visual backdrop, and then you have what I can only assume must be Tommy Wiseau delivering some of the lines. "Oh, hi, Mark. I did not hit her. I did not." That was good. I sounded just like him then, didn't I? There's been a lot of talk online about glitches and bugs, and although I didn't seem to come across as many as other people had, they were definitely there. The random cutscenes with the sound cutting off, clipping through walls, there's been a fair bit. And I know it's early days, and I've played way glitchier games, so, I don't want to moan too much, but I guess it's becoming a compounded issue with what feels like every game being released with bugs of some kind. I guess maybe I put too much pressure on Dying Light 2 to provide me the goods, Shame on me, I suppose. Another point that's irking me is the skill tree. It's kind of boring. It's clearly focused mostly on the parkour elements, more so than the combat, and, I can see why that would be the case. But most of the skill choices boil down to, do you want to jump better or do you want to punch better? And that's kind of it. I know the zombie mutation stuff is kind of cool, and I won't go into that too much because, spoilers. But otherwise, it just feels very bare bones. And considering all the other mechanics in the game, I felt like you could have really done something with this, and nothing really was. Overall, I really do like Dying Light 2. It's the kind of game that, despite its flaws, I'm sure I'll sink a silly amount of hours into, and I'll end up being furious when I can no longer dropkick 5 people after they've patched it out. You should buy it. I'd rather everyone play this, despite its flaws, than see any more fucking Call of Duty 18, the War on Drugs, or Fist Blaster Royale, or whatever's out there now. I don't know. I'm getting old. Fuck you. Have a good one, and don't forget to subscribe to Nearly Nerds. If you enjoyed that video, why not subscribe?
If you enjoyed that video, why not subscribe? It'll help me and Natty continue to do the work that we're doing, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. Thanks!